In defining China's place in the world, President Xi foresees China as a global leader and is seeking to elevate his country's status and global influence through infrastructure building, spanning half the world, and development loans in Asia-Pacific. Indeed, China has been heading down this globalist path for some time, while the United States, under President Donald Trump, has been creating a cocoon of sorts by promoting nationalism and America first. Scholars here in the United States have taken note. According to the Director of Policy Analysis at AidData, a research lab at the U.S. College of William and Mary, if the U.S. follows through on its rhetoric and scales back its global footprint, China may be well positioned to step into the breach and cement its role as a preferred donor and lender to the developing world. One key strategy is China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. Xi Jinping first proposed it back in 2013. The plan calls for China to develop trade across Eurasia by developing partnerships along the old Silk Road land route. The 21st century version will include a maritime route as well. Belt and Road calls for integration with China on 3 continents: Asia, Europe, and Africa. This could very well develop into the largest infrastructure program the world has ever seen. The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, developed by China, will also play a pivotal role. China launched the bank in June of 2015 at a ceremony in Beijing. The AIIB highlights how the Chinese economy is becoming even more deeply integrated with the global economy, with scores of member nations. It arguably fills a void created when the Trump administration abandoned Trans-Pacific Partnership Pact, and the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, has different goals. AIIB's founding members created the bank to fund infrastructure building in Asia-Pacific. Notable absences from its membership are the United States and Japan, but Great Britain has joined. The United Nations says AIIB has potential for financing sustainable development. Another option for funding infrastructure projects in developing economies comes from the new development bank organized by BRICS nations: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It was a focus at this year's BRICS summit in Xiamen, with heads of state from all 5 nations in attendance. Beijing worked to develop a parallel funding mechanism. Some analysts point to what they call China's amazing economic growth, saying it is due largely to taking advantage of globalization. Those analysts noted that avoiding confrontation has turned out to be a win-win, exactly what China wants. Sean Callebs.